Hello, everyone. Nice meeting you. My name is Yu Qin. I'm the co-founder of Agora Citizen Network. We are trying to build solutions to rehumanize and depolarize citizen dialogues. And I'm just really happy to be here to share our journey building Agora and some learnings from building digital pro-social spaces. So we started the project about 2 years ago, before 2024, the year of elections, where 4 billion people around the world, so almost half the global population, were eligible voters. Some people also call it a year of democracy, although in some societies, what we witnessed was the opposite of democratic flourishing. We witnessed increasing polarization and shrinking space for meaningful dialogues. And that is an issue because in systems where people vote but rarely talk to each other, they are divided, and it's easy for centralized power to manipulate public opinion and take over. So that's why we need to scale dialogues as well. We all know that Twitter is amazing for building a movement, but it's not so great for co-writing a constitution. On the other side, we have deliberation tools like Polis, Remesh, and so on, which are used in public consultations and citizen assemblies by the governments, but they are built from a top-down approach, so they lack the grassroots spirit of social apps. So what if in the next digital town square we can do both? What if our next digital town square is not built for followers and influencers, but they are built for citizens and facilitators of dialogues? What if they are not built for engagement farming, but they are built for collective sense-making? What if it's not for popularity, but for plurality? These were the ideas that guided us to found Agora. And Europe turned out to be the perfect place for that. The EU is giving out billions of euros to fund DAC technologies. And NGI, Next Generation Internet particularly, they gave out, I think, around 50 million to fund open source software projects. So we applied twice, we were rejected, but each time we were giving feedback to iterate and improve. So the third time we received the grant, and then we received another, and then another grant from the French government. And so to all the DAC builders out there who are in Europe or consider moving there, definitely check this out. Now back to Agora, how does it work? On Agora, instead of liking or upvoting, downvoting each other's posts, users, they can vote, agree, disagree, or pass on each other's opinions. And then we run a machine learning algorithm that is based on Polis. It's a deliberation tool developed by the Computational Democracy Project, and it's widely used. And so what it does is opinion clustering. So basically, it groups people who tend to vote in similar patterns. And then what's cool is that we're able to see which ideas make them different and which ideas that each group shares. So basically, we are trying to create a system that doesn't, instead of rewarding engagement, which leads to polarization, we want to reward bridging opinions. So the ideas that unveil the hidden consensus, even across the opinion spectrum. Another key challenge when we were building Agora is how we handle identity and data. How can we provide privacy, censorship resistance, cyber resistance, and so on? Which protocol do we use? Do we use Farcaster or AD protocol or ActivityPub? We don't have the answer for that. So we decided to put users at the center. How about letting humans be the API to the services that they use? So what we do is that instead of letting users create traditional accounts, like Twitter, for example, we generate decentralized identifiers for them, and we anchor these identifiers with zero-knowledge proofs. For now, we support Rarimo's ZK Passport and ZooPass. And a Rarimo user, for example, they can anonymously prove things like their citizenship or age group without revealing any personal data to us. And what we want to empower our users to do is to selectively disclose which aspect of their identity they want to share with us and where they want their data to be stored. If they want their data to be broadcast to a decentralized protocol like Farcaster, or if they don't want to broadcast it to a decentralized network because they're saying something sensitive and they worry that it may not be able to delete it afterwards. And so we started building this last summer, and we finally rolled it out this summer. And in September, Agora was used in France by a team of facilitation experts during the national strike, #bloquons-tout, which literally translates to "let's block everything." And this was a response to budget cut, a potential budget cut proposed by the Prime Minister, who wanted to cut public spending. He resigned quickly, but the frustration was running very high. And so the facilitation experts wanted to find out where does alignment currently lie among protesters. It's clear that people are angry, but what do they want to propose collectively? So in this consultation, we gathered more than 200 participants who submitted more than 100 statements and generated more than 7,000 votes. And there are two opinion groups that emerged from this example. One group that proposes more radical reforms, including demanding the resignation of President Macron. But a smaller group also disagreed with it. And however, despite the differences of the groups, the consensus is to tax the ultra-rich, the top 0.1% of the population. I'm sure many of you agree, especially crypto people. But anyways, this consensus also mirrors the official poll by the French government, which shows transpartisan support for the Zuckman tax. You can hear from here in the corner. So the tax basically calls for like calls for a 2% tax on wealth exceeds 100 million euros. And that's about 1,000 families in France. So the goal of the consultation is a way for the communities to see what people think within their community and to see where alignment lies. And for Devconnect, we are also running a series of consultations ranging from DIAC to building future cities or Ethereum's role in LATAM. You will only need to verify your ticket via ZooPass and you'll be able to participate in it. We are still very, very early stage, and my co-founder and I will be around the venue. We are super happy to chat with you, to hear your feedback, and please join us in co-creating the next digital town square. Thank you.